All right. I think we started recording. So people are so concerned about the recording. All right. So the man that's going to take us tonight, he had me speak just like this, and there was in one of our trainings. And after the training, he said he's going to do this. And he started doing it. You know, he's wanting to say, I will do it. It's another to start doing it. And since the time he started, he's been doing greatly, fantastically well. You know, putting so much. At times we are on air together, doing Zoom calls, 8 hours, 12 hours together, and it's so. And today I can tell you, because the joy, like I tell most people, is that our joy will be that you are better than us. You know, they say a leader is not successful until his successor is successful. So what we are looking is that you become better. This man became so good that he had to start teaching me a lot of things also. And then, you know, it's not just about teaching. It's, is this having results? When he called me and told me that he just bought a new car at this. Oh, is it from your savings? He said, no. He said, from the money he made from Forex. I say, wow, we prayed together, we thank God. Not too long again, he said, oh, sir, please, can you just rejoice with me? I just got my wife another car. From where now? He said, from Forex. At this same market. Even me, well, I have not done that at that time and things. It was wonderful. And, you know, that's the kind of persons I want to relate with, and the people that can help people to impact knowledge. Very great guy who used to work in the banking sector. I don't know how a chemical engineer entered banking in the first place, but then whichever way, he's a banker, and he saw that the thing was not containing him. He now resigned to start his own business, and then he's into the money market also, and then started the Forex industry. He has helped quite a lot of people to understand this market. He takes it in a very simple way, and that's why they call it SimplyPips. We call him the Bishop of Pips. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a doctor. Is it doctor in view? He's almost having his doctorship in chemical engineering, but I don't know whether we see maybe Forex anyway. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put a 555 together as we welcome the Bishop of Pips, Dr. Femi Raji. Jam your hands together. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this opportunity again. And
it's always nice to have you here.
Yeah, like you said, I remember that day like yesterday. I was driving home on a Friday, and I heard this advert, and I was supposed to come to the hall of a hotel at Ikeja for this training. I went there. Obviously, I'd never been to any training whatsoever. I'd never responded to any training from radio before in my life, but I had, you know, a prompt to go, and I went. And it has always been, you know, forward ever since then. I still want to thank you for the opportunity and exposing me to this. So, like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm supposed to be in another class by 9, the professional class, rounding up tomorrow. So I'll go straight up here without wasting time. Now, I'm going to use certain slogans here, and I want you to let it sink in. Number one, what you don't know is bigger than you, right? What you don't know is bigger than you. Not everybody, not every neighbor that sits at home from morning to night is jobless. Not everybody carrying laptop up and down is Yahoo Yahoo, right? If you meet Mark Zuckerberg, you will definitely be carrying laptop up and down, and I can tell you for truth, he isn't jobless, right? So what you don't know is bigger than you. I'm going to give a quick analogy here, and I want us to participate fully before we move into what we have for today. I'll share my screen. I'll share a whiteboard now, and we shall move on quickly. I love using this analogy, and I'll use it quickly, and I'll be very fast today. Just follow me, please. We are going to use two people here now. I have one Mr. A and Mr. B, right? And both A and B are traders. I'm not talking about online traders. They actually trade in, let's say, they sell clothes, right? They sell clothes, or let me just, let's use something that might be easy for us to relate with. They sell cement, right? These two people sell cement, and they both have in their warehouse, they both have 1,000 bags of cement each. They both have 1,000 bags of cement each in their warehouse, right? They bought this bag of cement for 2,000 naira. Each of them bought it for 2,000 naira from the warehouse. They bought it from the depot at 2,000 naira with the hope that they will sell it at 2,200 and now make a 200 naira profit. However, there's another man called Mr. C, right? Mr. C is a friend to Mr. A, and today is Thursday. Mr. C puts a call through to Mr. A and informs Mr. A that the bag of cement that you guys are buying at 200 at the factory, by Monday, a bag of cement will cost 3,000 naira, factory price. Remember, Mr. A has 1,000 bags in his warehouse. Mr. B also has 1,000 bags in his warehouse. Now, I want you to answer this question. If you are Mr. A, haven't got the information that the price of cement in your warehouse, or rather from the factory, will go up by 1,000 and now be selling for 3,000 naira, what will you do? Today is Thursday. Tell me what you will do between now and Thursday. Please go to the chat box and tell me what Mr. Jen Benjide, can you just respond to what we're asking now? What will you do? What will you do? What will you do? What will you do? Yes, I'm getting a lot of answers. Yes. I will buy more seems to be most of the majority of the response I'm getting here. I will buy more. In fact, if I am Mr. A, I will go to Mr. B and buy his own at 2002. Right? I will buy his own at 2002 and stock up my shop. I will not sell any other one again until Monday. I'll go look for money. Yes, Mr. Abel and Mr. Maxwell. I'll go look for money and buy more. Thank you so much. So here we have established the first rule in trading. We said, because we know that the price is going to rise, we said we are going to buy. Right? When we get an information that there's going to be a rise in price, we simply buy now. So I love using rise in price because this gives us this short acronym RB. When there's going to be a rise, we buy. So you can call it rice and beans or R and B, whichever way to make you understand. And of course, the opposite is true. When you hear that there's going to be a drop in price, you what? You sell. So when we know that price is going to go up, we buy. As traders, we buy before price goes up, and we go, when the price has gone up, we go back and sell it, right? So we buy when the price is going up, we sell when we have an information that price is coming down. The same thing happens to trading stocks, trading commodities, trading indices, trading crypto, right? If presently, let's say the price of BTC, Bitcoin, let's say the price, just a minute, please. Let's say we get an information that the price of Bitcoin is going to move up. Presently, the price of Bitcoin, let's put it at a tentative price of, let's say, 9,600, right? Dollars. If I hear that tomorrow, and I have some, let's say I have 1 Bitcoin in my wallet. If I hear tomorrow that the price of this Bitcoin is going to go up to 10,000, I'll go and look for more money to buy, or I will keep this one and sell later on. If I hear that the price of Bitcoin is going to drop tomorrow, what will I do? I will sell this one I have now. Same thing with cocoa, right? Same thing with coffee. Same thing with cashew, right? Whatever the commodity, if you hear that there's going to be an increase in price, cost price, you buy. And if you hear that there's going to be a decrease in price, you sell. What traders do in the market is what you and I do online. The only difference is that we don't have any physical products to sell, right? I can be selling cocoa without actually having seen cocoa before in my life, right? So that exactly is what we do. Now, the question now becomes, as a trader, how do you and I know when price is going to go up or when price is going to come down, right? That's what you and I need to know. I'm going to give one more illustration. I'll move on straight into the chart. Let's take Naira and dollar. If I know that presently Naira is 400 to $1, if I know tomorrow that the price of the exchange rate is going to go to 600 to $1, right? What will I do? I'll simply look for many more 400. I'm going to buy plenty dollar and keep. So that when price goes up, I'll sell it at 600 and now make a profit of 200 per dollar, right? Fine. Somebody's asking, what if there are no buyers at the time you intend to sell? That is the advantage that's the advantage of online trading with over physical trading. If you are selling cocoa and you hear that the price is going to fall, you have to run out and start making calling all your friends, even your enemies, and asking them that how many of you are interested in buying cocoa. Why? Because you want to sell it before the price drops. But online, you don't need to do that. You just press a button and you have sold, or you press a button and you buy. Every point in time, somebody is willing to buy, and every point in time, somebody is willing to sell, right? So the basic issue is, what should I buy, and at what price should I buy it? How am I sure that what I want to sell, whether gold, whether GBP USD for Forex traders, whether Bitcoin, Ethereum for crypto traders, right? Whether US 30 for those who are dealing with indices, whether Apple or Tesla for those of you dealing in stocks. The question is, how do I know that the price is going to go up, right? Because that is what trading is all about. So today I'll be telling you one way that you can know if price will go up. It's one of the easiest way. It is not always correct, but it gives you an insight as to what we do as traders. Now, I'll be showing you how to do this both on laptop and on the phone, right? If you have your MT4, it most likely looks something like this. So you know, it can be scary. So I'm going to clean this up quickly, take off some of these things here. take them off quickly. All right, so here we are on a normal chart, right? Let me even, so you notice that in here, you notice that price is dropping. All these lines, they are coming down. It means price is dropping. So when price is dropping, go to the chat box and tell me, when price is dropping, what do we do? Do we buy or sell? Put your answer in the chat box, everyone. When price is dropping, what do we do? Do we buy or sell? When price is dropping, what do we do? Do we buy or do we sell? All right, great, 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 great. So we go short, we sell, price is going up. In this my connection went off briefly. So I'm going to show you one tool we use and we'll call it the moving average. If you are using your laptop, just come up here at the top. You can see file view insert. You can find insert here. Click on insert, then go to indicators, insert, indicators, come to trend. And from trend, you can see moving average, right? You can see it. Indicators, insert, indicators, trend, moving average. Click on the moving average. And I want you to find 50, right? Turn your period here to be 50. And the MA method can be simple. Or let's even use exponential. Exponential, right? For the purpose of this class, I'll be using red for the color of the 50 moving average. You just simply say, okay. Now you're going to see a red line on my screen, right? You can see a red line on my screen right about now. Now, the next thing we need to do, we'll go back again to insert, indicators, trend, moving average, click on it. Now we'll change this period 15. We will change it to 13, right? 13 moving average, or better still, 200 moving average. So 200 moving average, and we'll change this to color blue, right? Change the color to blue and say, okay, right? And say, okay. Now, once you do that, you would see that whenever the red crosses above the blue, price seems to go up. Can you see that? Whenever the red crosses above the blue, price is most of the time is upwards. So if you had bought when the red went above the blue, somewhere around here, and you held it for, let's say, 1 or 2 days, this is like 317 pips. This is equivalent to, for somebody using 0.01, that is a $31. For somebody using 0.1, that is $317. For somebody using a one standard lot, that could be $3,171. Right? It's not as smooth as I'm saying it, but at least you have an idea of what I'm saying, right? Now, notice here again, when the blue crosses the red to the downside, what happens? Price seems to be dropping. Can you see that? You see that price is dropping? So now the blue and the red line happen to be Mr. C. They are the one telling us what to do, right? They are the one telling us what to do. When we see the red crossing the blue, we sell. When we see the red crossing the blue to the downside, I beg your pardon, we sell. When we see the red crossing the blue to the upside, we basically buy. And you see the way price was going up, right? Once in a while, there will be instances where you will be confused, right? Because here, the red crossed the blue to the downside, is sold just a little. And it crossed to the upside again, it bought just a little. Then it crossed again and sold. So there will be times you have losing trades where this thing will seem to be confusing you, right? But so also is life. So also is life. But just look at it. Look at the distance it went for you. If you were to lose, it only went for 106 pips. What about the win? When you won, you had what? Well over 500 plus, right? So at the end of the day, you become profitable because your wins are bigger than your losses. So how do you take a trade with this? So I'm going to give us an assignment, and I want you to do this assignment. Once it's 7:30 tomorrow, I want you all here, if your surname starts from A to K, if your surname starts from A to K, tomorrow morning, I want you to look for GBP, AUD, GBP, AUD, and you trade this. If you notice that the red is crossing beneath the blue, you basically sell. And if the red is crossing above the blue, you buy. That is the assignment you're going to do tomorrow, right? If your name is from L to anything after Z, right? I want you to trade cocoa, right? You trade this and do exactly the same thing I just explained now. If it goes up, you buy. If it comes down, you sell. If for any reason you can't find any of these currencies because you are still new and the thing is looking clumsy or, you know, it's looking difficult, just trade anything you see. Just trade anything you see, but just ensure that you watch out for the crossover. When they cross down to the downside, you sell. When it cross to the upside, you basically buy. I want you to do this with your hand. Test it, do it. Let it not look like somebody is telling you a story. Try it yourself, right? So now, how do you take the trade? If you are using your laptop, up here, you can see I'm hovering my cursor on above it. You can see new order, right? Just click on that new order. Once you click on that new order, it brings out this interface for you. So if you want to sell, you simply click on what? Sell, which is sell by market, the red button. And if you want to buy, if the instruction is to buy, you simply click on the blue button. Somebody's asking why using the 250 as moving average. That is beyond the scope of this class. If I'm to explain that, we can as well be here till 11 p.m. right? So this is just an introduction, right? The 50 and the 200, right? The 50 and the 200. So if you want to sell, just simply click on sell. I'm going to do an example here so you see what I'm saying. Let's go to recent price. Notice that this thing crossed to the downside. It came back up to touch the blue, but it is still, the red is still beneath the blue. So what we're supposed to do is to sell. Even though I don't advise you take trade around this time of the day, and that's why I told you start checking from around 7:30 a.m. But for the purpose of this class, we would attempt to practicalize what I just told you to do. So what we'll be doing here is taking a sell. So I'm going to go to new order, as you can see on the screen, and I'll simply click on sell. Notice that my screen, no lines at all. Once I click on sell, see what's going to happen on my screen, right? Let me see. All right. So if I press Control T here, you will see that I have a trade running. Can you see the trade? I have a trade running right now, which is GBP USD, and is a sell. Can you see that? Is a sell. Let me annotate here so you can see. This is a sell. Like, what am I trading? GBP USD, right? And this is the profit or loss as at now is in negative 20 cents. That is what I want you to do tomorrow, right? So once you've made some profit, if you're in profit, it's going to be red. If you're in profit, it's going to be blue if you're using your phone. And if you're in loss, it's going to be red if you're using your phone. For now, we are not bothered as to whether you are in profit or not. That's not what matters. What matters for now is you understanding how things work. So after a while, I want you to close the trade. If you're using your laptop, just come to the trade. You notice an X. Notice there's a small button X there. Once I click on that X, the trade closes and I'm done with that trade, right? Now, the last thing I'll show you here before we move on to the laptop, to the phone, is how do you find what to trade, right? There are two buttons here. There's a button here called Market Watch. You can see it has an upward green arrow and a down pointing red arrow. I'll circle it so you could see. Here is it. Using your laptop, just click on that button. Once you click on it, it gives you all of these things here, right? You have all of these things here. Now, if you are using this for the very first time, it may most likely not show all your pairs, right? It will most likely not show all your pairs. You might just see 4 or 2 pairs like this. If you're using your MT4 on the laptop for the first time. So what you do is you click on any of them, right click, and go to show all. Once you click on show all, it will now populate everything so you can see your GBP USD there. All right, if you move on, here you can see US 30, which is the top 30 companies on Wall Street. You can see NAS 100, right? You can see UK oil or US oil. Of course, you can see crypto, you can see copper, gasoline, cocoa, coffee, cotton, right? You can even see sugar, soybean, and wheat. And of course, you can see gold and other things, right, there to be traded, right? Different brokers have different things you can trade, right? So let's move on. The next thing I'm going to do now is try to show you this exact thing on the phone. I'm going to try to show you this exact thing for those of you that will be trading on the phone. Then we'll come back here to wrap things up, right? I want you guys to actually participate in carrying out this thing tomorrow. Watch out for it tomorrow. Have a feel of what it means to make money online. I tell you, if Donald Trump makes a tweet, right, and the US currency is jumping up and down, if you have that knowledge, you can make money. So even if they deny you visa, you can still make dollar from Nigeria here, right? That's the power of trading. Right, so I'm sharing my screen right now. Hold on 1 minute. All right, you should be seeing the screen of a mobile phone right about now. If you have your MT4 already downloaded on your phone, you should have this interface, right? And I'm sure you've been told how to navigate this interface. If you are still lost, please watch the video for day 3. That's yesterday's video. Now, you can see there's an icon here, the second icon beneath. I just circled it right now. The second icon beneath, right? I want you to go there, click on it, then you have something that looks like what we have on our laptop, right? Something that looks like what we have on our laptop. Now we want to add those 2 moving averages. So the first one we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get the 50, and then we'll move on to get the 200. How do we add the moving averages? Look up, you find an F button that looks like a factorial for those of you that are science students. There's an F button. I just circled it again, right? F button there. You click on that F button. Click on it. It brings you to this interface, right? And on that trend, you can see moving average there, right? Moving average. I just highlighted it now. Click on it and it comes up. Now you want to type in your 50, right? And we say that 50 is color red, right? So I have 50 there already, and I have red already, right? And this is exponential. I just click done, and now I have a red line on my screen. What next do I want to do? I repeat this process again to have the blue line on my screen. I'll go back to that F button again, click on the F button. Now there's an F plus sign up there beneath the dustbin, or the bin as the case may be. Click on that F plus. It brings you back to the interface you had before. Now you have to locate moving average again and click on it. Once you click on moving average, you need to change your period there to 200. Change it to 200. Right now we have the 200 period. I change the color to blue just by clicking on that red color there. Click on it and it gives you, an array of colors. You pick blue, right? And you say done. Now I have the red and the blue on my screen, right? So if when the red crossed beneath the blue, I'm a seller. When the red crosses above the blue, as in this case, I'm a buyer. So we're using the moving average, the 200 and the 500 period exponential moving averages, to let us know, give us an inkling, a hint as to what price may most likely do, right? What price will most likely do. That's what the moving averages are telling. Look at this fine drop, right, on EN. It dropped, it crossed over, powerful sell. What a wonderful sell, right? So I want you to do this on a 15 minutes time frame. I didn't state that when I was telling you what to do on a laptop. I'll tell you how to arrive there. Now, if you look at the top of the screen again, there are 4 icons to the left-hand side, to the right-hand side of the top of the screen. There's one that looks like a cross. Then we have the F button. Then we have one that looks like a $sign. Then we have one that looks like a clock, right? Click on that clock. Once you click on that clock, it gives you a drop down. You see M1, M5, M15. M15 means 15 minutes. I want you to click on that M15. Just click on it, and it changes everything here to 15 minutes time frame. So when you do your assignment tomorrow or your practice tomorrow, I want you to do the practice on a 15 minutes time frame. Ensure that you have it on 15 minutes so you can get an opportunity to trade. If you leave it on the 4 hours, you might not get an opportunity until next month, right? But I want you to practice this thing tomorrow. Now, how do you find what to trade? If you find on the screen, the very first button down, the very first icon down, is very similar to what we have on the laptop. The laptop had a green arrow pointing up and a red arrow pointing down. On your phone, you have a black arrow pointing down and a white arrow pointing up. And that's it here. Just click on it, it brings you here. So this is where you find what to trade. So here we can find the same thing we have. We have wheat, we have sugar, we have soybean, and natural gas, VIX, like that. All of those things, you can find them. Gold, USD versus the Mexican peso, and every other thing that is tradable by this broker, right? So if you want to trade, let's say USD JPY, you simply click on the USD JPY, hold it down for a while, it will bring you here. Then you click on open chart. You click on open chart, and then it brings you to this page that we were before. Now you can now look out to see if the moving averages are crossing to the upside or to the downside, and you decide to take your trade based on the instruction. So how do we take a trade here? If I'm on USD JPY, the last icon up there, up, remember we started with a cross, an F sign, a $sign, a clock sign. The very last icon there is a plus sign that looks like a plus sign embedded in a book. Just click on that and it brings you here. You can see we have something similar to what we had when we're looking at the laptop interface. You have a sell and a buy. So we treated a sell on the laptop. We're going to treat a buy scenario here on our phone. I'll just simply click on buy, and it tells me order is open. And now I'm in a buy. Now I'm in a buy. Whether you click on a buy or a sell, the very first thing you see is a negative, because you have to pay your brokers for engaging in this transaction for you, right? So let's now discuss how do we close our trade. Once you've entered your trade and you've made some profit, or you've made some losses and you are no longer satisfied, you just want to get out, what do? You hold on to that USD JPY buy, that particular trade. You just hold on to it, click on it for like 2 seconds. It brings out this interface, and you click on close order. It brings you here, and underneath you can see close with a loss of $2.52. I'll say yes. You just close it, click on it, and it tells you your order is closed. So now we've gone through how to include your moving averages, how to find the pair to trade, how to actually take the trade, and how to exit the trade. We'll be going back to the laptop right about now. All right, we're back to the laptop. So I didn't mention how to find the time frame on your laptop, right? Notice here on the laptop, here you find this. Your MT4 will most likely have this M1, M5, M15, like you saw on when we're checking out the phone, right? You just simply click on M15 and it takes you to the 15 minutes time frame. Another way you can do this is right click anywhere in your chart. Right click anywhere in your chart. Scroll down to the fourth section there, you see time frame, and you just simply pick 15 minutes there on your time frame, and it gives you that. It's pretty simple. Do you mean we'll trade for 15 minutes? No, you don't trade on 15 minutes. Just take your trade, right? You take your trade. For instance, if you woke up in the morning and about 7 you saw this. If you woke up and by 7 you notice this, you notice, let's look for something a different color, like orange. So let's say you woke up and you saw this, you notice the red crossing beneath the blue. You simply just enter in for a sell, right? You hold on to that trade for a while, right? That will be discussed in the professional class, into the introduction. The basic introduction professional class will tell you, okay, how do you get out? There are 2 ways you get out of a trade. Either you're getting out and taking your profit, or getting out and taking your loss, right? Which is stop loss or take profit. That will be explained. For now, we just want to introduce you and let you know that you can sit down in your house and benefit from what is happening everywhere in the world, right? Recently, and I think it's still going on, there has been some uproar in the United States owing to the death of George Floyd, and that meant that United States dollar lost some strength, right? And when that was happening, with the fact that the economy was locked down, it simply meant that the United States dollar was going to be weak. Those that know what to do have never stepped anywhere in the United States. The best they can do is that they watch Rambo and they watch Commando, and they know the names of some of the cities in US, but they were making money here in Nigeria off of the unrest in US, right? It's a global village. You can sit down in your house in one abule anywhere and make money off the German economy, of the France economy, of the Australian economy, of the New Zealand economy. All you need to know is information, and that's why I said what you don't know is bigger than you. Go practice this thing, and let's get, how many things can I trade at a time? As much as your account can carry. As much as your account can carry. It's just like you asking me that how many things can I buy in the market? Oh, but it depends on how much you go to the market with now. If you take 1 million to the market, you can buy many things. If you take 500 to the market, just buy kuli and chewing gum and go and get out. So you can trade as many things as your account can allow you to trade, right? But for now, we're not digging deep as to all of that. Is it always the last cross you pick? Oh, of course, you can't pick the previous cross. You pick the last cross. The last cross is the one telling you what is happening now. The previous cross told you what happened yesterday. Nobody makes money by knowing that yesterday the price of crude oil went up. The question is, what is going to happen tomorrow? If you trade based on what happened yesterday, you might just be a loser. You trade on what is going to happen tomorrow. Mr. C came and told Mr. A that the price of cement is going to increase on Monday. You trade based on what's going to happen in the future, not what has happened. Nobody pays you for history. They pay you for being able to predict what will happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to go to the other class. They'll be waiting. Do we have any of the people from the professional class? Do we have any of them visiting us? If you are from the professional class and you visited us today here, kindly just type in your name so we can give you. You can tell us anybody. Chairman, over to you, sir. Hello, Mr. Dashola. Around?
Hello.
All right, sir.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you very much. That is the Bishop of Pips. It's been, if you got one thing, we said everything cannot be taught in just this few space of time. But at least if you got something from what he has trained this night, just say great, just type great. Type great. If you got something from what he shared with us tonight, just type great. Just type great. Type great. Great. Thank you very much, Bishop. For those of you that will be in the advanced class, you will still get, but let me ask, is there anybody in the advanced class that is in this training? Is there anybody in the advanced class that is here? Maybe you joined us from the advanced class. Is there anyone? Okay, someone say great, but it's still not clear. It's going to get better, just that the audio quality drops at times. Don't worry, you will get the video. We will drop the video early enough tonight, and you're going to get the best of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the voice of Bishop. You will get to, sir, what is the parameter of moving average used? I've finished. Yes, this class, regrettably, this class is going to finish tomorrow. But then tomorrow we are going to be learning a strategy that will ensure that you never lose money in your career as a trader. The strategy we are going to be training tomorrow, it will ensure that you will never ever lose money in your career as a trader. So make sure that you are in the class for tomorrow, and it's going to be wonderful. Between Forex and stock, which is the most profitable? Wow. It depends. Profitability depends on your expertise. But if you say which one is more volatile, well, there's more volatility in the Forex market than in the stock market. But in profitability, they are all profitable depending on how you trade and the tools, especially the tools that you are using to trade. So for those of us that want to be part of the advanced class,
I don't think you have any audio. Just check I hope you are not muted.
Hello, sir.
It's 21 hours.
Mr. Kule. Hello, Mr. Kule.
Let's just confirm if we can hear you. I can't hear you.
Hello?
I can't hear you. I don't know whether others can hear you.
Okay,
Oh,
if you can.
they said they can hear. Oh, they can hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead then.
That means the reverse. Is today, me, I'm hearing you today. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So,
All right.
okay. So for those of you that want to be part of that class, please make sure you do the, I think let me just quickly share it because some were calling. These are the things we are doing. It's starting on Monday. That class starts on Monday. The class is starting on Monday. We'll be going through all these during that class. It's going to be more, more detailed, 2 hours each day. So all you need to do is just to get your stuff, your data ready. It's going to be a wonderful session. So, and we said for those people that want to be part of it, you should, as much as possible, get registered for that training session. So here also, we told you about the tools for those people that want to get the tools that we use. That tool is just meant for you that don't want so much stress. It doesn't mean you are not going to know it. You will know what you. I wish I can still spend some time to share some results with you. Let me see if I can still spend some time to share results with you, because every time this thing, you don't need to stress yourself. Manual car is good. I agree, manual car is good, but automatic is sweet. Do you understand? So you that want to get that tool, look at it. It gives you, there's what we call the harmonic pattern. It's about 5 various indicators combined together. You can see this thing that is like a line. It looks like the one they call Bollinger Band, but this is not Bollinger Band. This is not. Go and construct. If you put a Bollinger Band beside this one, you will know the difference. So this is not the normal Bollinger Band that is in the MT4. This is specially programmed. And you see the market hits here. Look at this place. It gives you an arrow to buy. And you buy. Look at how you go. Look at, you get to this place. All these things are going to be taught in the class. It will make your trading easier. It will make it easier. I see some people, elderly people that joined us, some of them said, will I be able to do analysis and things? Don't worry, you can use this tool. So this tool will help you. And we talked about the passive income aspect of our, sorry,